March Madness is upon us, and we are getting into it jersey score style. We are going to be filling out our entire bracket based on who's got the best threads. So let's get to it. During bowl season, we made our predictions of all the bowl games based on jerseys, and it didn't turn out too well. So we're hoping that our bracket has better luck. But we are going to be starting in the South region, and I'll be coming up with a video for each region, and then we will get to the Final Four and championship. And so please make sure to check back and follow back for each of the videos. So without further ado, let's get to it. So as I mentioned in this video, we're going to be starting in the South region, and I actually did picks for the play-in games, even though day one has already happened, and perhaps day two by the time this is actually posted. But I know ESPN doesn't give you credit for the picks you make for the play-in games, but I did have Texas A&M, CC over our friends here at SEMO, and neither one of them is my favorite, but these are bizarre, and these ones are, at least I like the color scheme, and they have some good things, fairly clean going on. So they're the winner there, but they are going up against Alabama, and these are not quite on the level of their football uniforms, but these are just super clean, simple, very classic looking. So I'm picking Alabama to win that matchup. And next we have Maryland and West Virginia. West Virginia is all right, pretty clean, but I don't know about the yellow blotches they have on the shoulder and these funky partial big stripes on the legs. Maryland is also one that usually has a lot going on because they like to incorporate the Maryland state flag on their uniforms. But outside of those highlights around the collar and the trim of the shorts, this is a very clean look. So I'm picking Maryland to win this matchup. And let's see. So next up, San Diego State. These are actually not too bad. I like the black with it's relatively clean, and then the red pops from it. And I even like the Aztec design on the trim down the side. It's a little busier than I usually prefer, but I think it works for what they have going on. However, Charleston, this is just a really clean, classic look. I love the cursive and just these classic trim all along it. The only knock I could find on these really is I don't love their logo, and it's featured there on the shorts, but it's pretty inconspicuous, so I wouldn't ding them too much for that. So I definitely think they pull off, which is actually a realistic 12-5 upset over San Diego State, and they will. So yeah, Charleston is going to advance. Gotta stop doing that. And next up we have UVA, and theirs is a pretty good look, pretty clean. I like it. I feel like they could have gone a little bit cleaner. They've got some stylized lines on the collar and on the side, so trying to get a little cute with that. And sorry, Furman, I had to look up their opponent here. Furman is okay, but I know UVA, I dinged them a little, but definitely still better here. So UVA will advance. And next we have Creighton, NC State, which NC State is, they really look like kind of a D2 school. This uniform, I don't really know what they have going on, which is too bad because I like a lot of their branding. And Creighton, this is a pretty good look. Not my favorite. The kind of chevron style down the side is pretty busy, but outside of that, it's a pretty clean look. So they advance past the Wolfpack. And then we have Baylor and UCSB. Let's see. This is a pretty good look, pretty clean, for their level. But I just really like Baylor. Their overall scheme, color scheme, and as well as the design. I think it's pretty clean. The only thing I don't like, I like the green and yellow trim down the side, but I don't like how it tapers off and kind of creates the shape that it has. I don't really know how to describe that, um, but I still think it's definitely way better than their opponent here. So we're going with Baylor to advance there. And then we have Missouri, Utah State, which is actually a really good matchup. Missouri has several different uniforms. I picked these because these were my favorite. They're really clean and classic, and I think it's a really solid look. However, Utah State also has a very similar look going on, and I think it's just a little bit cleaner. And I really like the gray stripes along the trim. So for me, this is a tight one. It's really close, but I'm having Utah State here shock the SEC opponent, so and pull off an upset. And lastly, for our first round, we have Arizona versus Princeton. Princeton here is this is pretty good. I don't love the black and orange color combo a lot of times. I don't think it plays out as well as it does, in theory. But this is a really clean, classic look from Princeton, which I think you'd expect from an Ivy League school. So I like that overall. Arizona, I mean, I don't know if they're a blue blood, but if not, they're just that next tier right behind them. And I expect, I don't know, a little bit more from their look. It's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. I don't really like the cats written on the shorts, but it's a pretty good look. I like it, but I just think Princeton's is a little bit cleaner. So they are pulling off a 15-2 upset here in the first round, and really gonna make a mess of my bracket most likely. But okay, so this is what the second round will look like. So first, Alabama, Maryland. Alabama, again, very solid. Maryland, I think it's clean overall, but still with the flag trim and stuff, I'm going to go with Bama here. And then Charleston and UVA. UVA, like I said, it's pretty good. I really like generally it's clean and a very solid look. But Charleston, I mean, look at this. This just makes me think of, basketball jerseys from like 1982. I just really like this. So Charleston is going to be pulling off another upset, knocking off the Cavs. So let's mark them here. And then we have NC State and Baylor. And wait a second here. Did I skip ahead? Oh, that's why. It should be Creighton versus Baylor. So, okay, so we've got Creighton. Again, not too bad, but Baylor just too much for them. And Creighton's going to put up a fight, but here we have Baylor advancing and moving on. And next up, let's see if Princeton can pull off another upset. I don't know why I keep doing that in the first round. And pretty good, but again, I think Utah State, better color scheme, also clean and very classic look. So one of the team's Cinderella story had to come to an end, and so Utah State is going to be moving on. So back up to the top, we've got Bama going up against Charleston, and this is where my bracket really starts falling apart. Both are really good, and I really thought I'd see Bama at least in the Elite Eight in this. I was not expecting Charleston to have such a clean, classic look, but I'm going to have them pull a huge upset over one of the favorites to win it all, Alabama. And so let's see here. We've got Charleston, and now Baylor versus Utah State. Again, Baylor, very solid look. I love the color scheme, and these are almost a perfect jersey if they just didn't get so weird with the lines on the trim on the side. And so whereas Utah State, these are just clean all the way through. And so their Cinderella story is going to continue, and we are going to have a wild time with a 10-12 matchup here in our Elite Eight. and for the South. And so let's see here. Charleston, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided this far. If Charleston versus Utah State, I really like both of these, both really solid. But I really like Charleston. The cursive does it for me. I think I'm going to have to advance them over Utah State. So I think we've got Charleston here in our Final Four for the South. Okay, so my first region did not go as I hoped it would. I do not have high hopes for my bracket overall, but I had to go with my heart on this one, and I think Charleston just has a great look. So here's hoping that they really go on a deep run and pull off one of the greatest Cinderella stories in of all time. So that's what I'm hoping. But anyway, make sure you follow back again for the videos for each region and then the Final Four, and hopefully my other regions turn out a little bit more realistic and I have some good luck here. But we will see you next time. Thanks.